I'm 17 years old and I made over $30,000 this week trading options in the stock market. And the crazy thing is, I've been doing this consistently for over 2.5 years, almost 3 years now. I'm trading for 5 years. It took me about 2 years to get the aha moment. And it's all from this one strategy that I trade every single day. And look, I'm going to cut straight to the point. I don't want any of those fancy edits, none of that. Just me, real authenticity, real transparency. I'm going to show you the strategy. I'm going to show you how it works. I'm going to show you how simple it is and how anybody can do it. And it's proof that if I could do it at 17 years old and consistently make money doing it, I mean, I made 30,000 this week, then you could too. So let me share my screen and show you guys the strategy. So first things first, every single morning, you want to mark your pre-market highs and the pre-market lows of the stock that you're watching. So for me, I like to watch 5 to 10 stocks: SPY, QQQ, Apple, AMD, IWM, Microsoft, Meta, Amazon, Google. There's 9 right there. And I like to see what's stronger week. If I see one with a lot of pre-market strength or pre-market weakness, or say gapped up or gapped down, I have my focus on that one or that few. Especially if like SPY or QQQ are up, then I'll watch the individual names that are up with it. So IWM had a lot of strength pre-market, and it was a daily nice little setup. All I do is I mark the pre-market highs. This was the pre-market high right here. And I mark the pre-market lows. This was the pre-market low right here. I wait for a 5-minute close either over pre-market high or under pre-market low. So what happened right here, we had a 5-minute close over pre-market high. What you need to do is add a VWAP to your chart, the volume weighted average price, and only use the middle band. So if it makes you edit it, you're only going to use the middle band. I like to make my VWAP yellow. So what I trade is called retests. Retests are basically when you break over a key level and take the retracement. So I bet you didn't know this, but say you're trading an option, right? If you're trading it and you buy it on a green candle, like say you buy it right here, compared to buying it right here, even if this is at a higher price, you can get a better entry trading the dip because of the IV and the premium. Over here, it's a premium pump. On the red candle, it's not. So I always enter on the retest, and it gives me confirmation. So what you want to do is add a view up to your chart, and what happens, we get a 5-minute close over pre-market high. After we get this 5-minute close over pre-market high, this tells me that the trend is up. It is an uptrend. So what I'm going to do is wait for a dip and trade calls. But you might ask, PB, where am I going to trade a dip to? Like, how do I know where to buy it at? If VWAP is over pre-market high, then you're going to trade a dip to VWAP. If VWAP is under pre-market high, you're going to trade a dip to pre-market high. So right here, the line is over this blue line. The yellow line is over this blue line. So that means I'm going to take a dip to VWAP. What happens? We rip, we come back down, we touch VWAP. This is our entry on calls, and our stop loss is a 5-minute close under. So maybe we get stopped out around here, right? I took my first trim right here, second trim right here, all out in this gravestone doji candle. And the reason that I had confirmation to hold it for this long until I saw this nasty candle form was due to the fact that look at how beautiful this candle is. So there's levels to retest. When you see a retest with a wick off of the level, like how we had right here, and like this right here, or this right here, that is extra confirmation. But how do you know when to sell it? So you're basically going to sell the trade at the previous key level. So as we can see, we rejected this level 1, 2 times. So what happens? I sold a lot right here. Then you always trim next at high of day or new high of day. High of day test is where I like to sell. So I sold some here in the high of day test. Then I got all out right here, like 220, 230 area. I'd have to say I didn't catch the exact top, but I saw this gravestone doji candle fill out. And although we kept going up after it, 90% of the time that you see a candle like this, a gravestone doji candle, I expect a reversal. So I'm surprised they kept ripping it. But in my like trading 5 years, that's like an indicator I always look for. If I see this candle, I usually like to buy puts on the daily time frames. But again, most of these other traders, they like to jump in front of the trend and try and catch that short. No, if we're above pre-market high, we're not taking any puts. If we're under pre-market low, we're not taking any calls. Here we're above pre-market high, so the trend is up. That means we can trade calls. Think about it. If there's a train coming straight at you, you need to get on the train. Are you going to jump right in front of the train and hope it stops? Or are you going to go to the train station, wait for the train to stop, and then hop on the train? I'm personally not going to risk my life and jump in front of the train. And you shouldn't risk your hard earned capital and jump in front of the trend. So instead, wait for the trend to pull back and ride the trend up. That's how you make money in the stock market. Like, stop trying to short these highs and get the exact bottom. No, these chunks are how you make consistently money. Yeah, sure, I didn't buy it at the exact bottom right here, but I sure did catch a nice little chunk, and it was a confirmed chunk. I have about an 80% win rate with this strategy. So I want to show you a few more examples of different things that could happen. So right here, marked my pre-market high, marked my pre-market low. What happened? 5-minute close under pre-market low. 5-minute close under pre-market low. VWAP is over pre-market low, but it's low-key lined up. Whenever VWAP in the pre-market level is lined up, that is an A-plus setup. So remember, guys, the last setup I showed you guys was the pre-market high retest and upside retest. This one's a pre-market low retest. So this one, you're going to trade it for downside. Every single bullish candle is a reciprocal down candle. Every single bullish setup is a downside setup. So remember that in trading, guys. Anything up, any bullish candle is a bearish candle. So same thing here. What happens? 5-minute close under pre-market low. What does that mean? Think in your head. What are we looking for? So when we see this candle close under pre-market low, what are we looking for? We're looking for puts on a retest of pre-market low, and in this case, pre-market lows line up with VWAP. So the blue line and the yellow line are the same exact spot when it tests. So what happens? We take some puts right here. We have our stop loss on a 5-minute close over this level. So maybe we get stopped out like 30, 40 cents higher. What ends up happening? Look at this dump. Look at this dump on that retest. The best possible entry you could have had all day. The best possible entry. And you're risking so little. I have about an 80% win rate with this strategy. So you take puts here, sell some previous low of day test, ride them. There's no reason to sell. No reason to sell. Oh, first green candle right here, you get out. And yeah, sure, you missed a lot more of a move downside, but look at what you caught. Like, look at what you caught. I mean, an absolutely insane trade. So that is a huge part of it. So again, 5-minute close under pre-market low tap, dump, absolutely dump. Okay, now let's go over a different type of setup. Oh, we don't that one. So what's this one? We're marking our pre-market highs as we do every morning, and we're marking our pre-market lows as we do every morning. What do we see? We see some strength pre-market. So guys, as we get closer to market open, if you see a lot of strength or a lot of weakness, then that's a big indication that a potential move is going to happen off the open. But it doesn't matter for us because we're not going to buy it off the open. I'm not going to predict what's going to happen with the price action. I'm just going to react to my strategy. My strategy is a 5-minute close over pre-market high or under pre-market low. Tesla was the strongest stock this morning. It was up the most out of all these other stocks. And what happened? Boom, 5-minute close over pre-market high on this candle. Next candle, what was it? A retest. And what was this one? An extra freaking good retest. And you may ask, PB, wouldn't you have gotten stopped out here because you went under pre-market high? No, because what did I tell you guys? I always wait for the pre-market for a 5-minute close. And you know the beautiful thing? This is something I didn't talk about yet. Psychological levels. If a psychological level lines up with the pre-market level or the retest, then it's an absolute A-plus trade. Psychological levels always come in front of pre-market levels. So here, even though pre-market's at 179.80, you're going to wait for 180 because 180 is a big psychological level. It ends in a zero. So those are just levels that ends in zeros. So here we get a 5-minute close over 180, a little retest, then a huge retest right here. This is our entry for calls. We take some trims here. We take some trims here, and we ride these out. Probably get stopped out on this candle right here. But look at how much we just made. We just risked about 50 cents. Say we risked 50 cents at the most to make $3, $4. That is literally like a 1 to 6 risk to reward. You're risking $100 to make $600 in this trade. That is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, 50-cent risk to make over $3.50. And that's in the low end. If you stop out here, it went over $9. It went over $9. But that's where I would have gotten out because we had that nasty candle. But here, there's no reason to sell. You take some trims here. You let your runners run. Trailing stop loss. Set it. Boom. But again, 5-minute close over pre-market high. We get that retest. Trim some here, new high of day, trim a few more, let these runners run. Let these runners run. A lot of these levels move psych level to psych level, and that's all it is, psych level to psych level. So guys, remember, pre-market high and pre-market low, you mark that every single morning. We wait for a 5-minute retest. If VWAP's over the pre-market level, you look for a VWAP retest. If it's lined up with it, it's an A+ retest. If it's under it, you look for the pre-market retest. Psychological retests are very, very, very important, and those are the three things that we're looking for: pre-market highs, pre-market lows, VWAP, and psychological levels. You can always keep on watch the previous day lows too. So this previous day low is pretty close to the pre-market low. So if this would have broken under, then we would have had a big dump. But guys, that's the strategy. I mean, it's as simple as that. Yeah, so that's what I trade every single day. The strategy made me over $30,000 this week. And I literally, I've been trading the same exact setup every day. And one thing that I've done is I've always adapted to it. So you got to realize the market shifts, the market changes, the market sentiment, it moves. And you need to always be journaling your trade so that you can catch these market shifts and adapt your strategy. Your strategy has to be never lasting and adapting, because these algos, they're always going to try to move price action to kill you. When they see something working, they don't want you to make money. So again, adapt your strategy, journal, do what's working for you. And remember, guys, I sometimes trade indexes with this strategy, but I'd rather trade a stock with individual strength or weakness because it's just better for me. And I go way more and deeper into this strategy, into my mentorship. If you're interested, you can apply to the link below. But that's really it, guys. That's the strategy. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to start dropping way more YouTube videos like I've been trying to. And I'm doing a lot of stuff. So you can also join my free Discord in the link below if you're not ready for the mentorship. But yeah, I mean, that's really it. Make sure you subscribe, drop a like. And if I really hope I simplify these things for you guys, because that's my goal with my channel, is to simplify trading as much as I possibly can, because everybody makes trading so difficult when it doesn't have to be difficult. Like if I could do it at 17 years old and I was profitable since I was 15, then you could do it too. So I love you guys all so much. Thank you for watching this video. Comment any questions. I'll answer every single question within the first, I don't know, the first 20, 30 questions. I'll answer all of them. Drop them and drop a like. Thank you guys. I love you guys. Peace.